Students need to be vaccinated against measles, need to be vaccinated against polio.
San Diego Unified meets tonight to decide whether to mandate COVID vaccines for students, the district's plan, and which children would be impacted. Caution tape up in a Vista neighborhood after a deputy-involved shooting. What deputies and witnesses say happened moments beforehand. And
when you catch one, you don't let them go.
The father of Chelsea King is joining the fight over the release of a violent predator. Why he says this case is so personal.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
Right now, the San Diego Unified School Board is meeting, getting ready to vote on a proposal to require vaccinations for staff and students. This evening, a few dozen people have gathered outside to protest. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. The school board is meeting right now, and we are expecting a vote tonight. Our ABC 10 News reporter Ryan Hill joins us from outside San Diego Unified headquarters with more. Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. You can see the crowd is easily cleared out right now. There was easily 100 to 150 people earlier this afternoon, with maybe a handful of people just hanging around. There were plenty of parents of students in the community that were protesting for them to be able to choose whether or not to vaccinate their child for COVID. The district is deciding to have all eligible students to be vaccinated to do in-person learning. The first stage of student vaccinations in this mandate is for those eligible students who are 16 and older. These students would need to get the first dose of the vaccine by November 29th and that second dose by December 20th. San Diego Unified saying that students who are eligible and that aren't vaccinated under this proposed mandate would have to enter independent study. The group Let Them Breathe, as we've reported, has been very vocal about this opposition of a COVID-19 vaccine. They started a new initiative called Let Them Choose, and they have sent a letter to the district saying that if the mandate is passed, they will pursue legal action.
All right, so Ryan, there's been a little bit of confusion on this. A lot of focus tonight is on the mandate for students, but as we mentioned, staff are part of this as well. Teachers, though, already facing a statewide mandate.
Yeah, that's right. That statewide mandate went back in August, but some numbers from the school district, from the county's immunization registration, show that around 81% of employees have already received their first dose of the vaccine, with close to 77% are already, or 76% rather, are already fully vaccinated. And as of last Wednesday, the district is saying that 27 employees are currently in isolation with COVID-19 symptoms, 16 are in quarantine, and that 34 staff members are isolating as well due to experiencing COVID-19 symptoms. They're also saying, though, that the district may propose any type of disciplinary action with this district-wide mandate for the COVID-19 vaccine. That's something that they have also included in their plan that could be a part of this proposal. Ryan Hill, ABC 10 News.
A big decision coming up tonight. Brian, thank you.
We caught up with School Board President Richard Barrera before tonight's meeting. He says he hears the pushback, but he adds this is nothing new.
Students need to be vaccinated against measles, need to be vaccinated against polio. This is an absolute process that's long-standing that makes sense. You know, you want to make sure that everybody who comes to school has the best environment possible to be safe and healthy and focused on learning.
Barrera is saying this isn't anything new, and Steve, it's similar to other mandates we've already seen.
San Diego Unified's weighing this move tonight, just weeks after LA Unified announced its vaccine requirement for students, but theirs has a couple of key differences. San Diego Unified, we told you, would only require it for people eligible under the FDA's full approval. That's kids as young as 16. LA Unified is requiring everyone as young as 12 to get vaccinated. That's in line with the FDA's emergency youth authorization guidelines. San Diego Unified wants everyone eligible vaccinated before the winter break. LA Unified is giving students until January the 10th when they come back to be fully vaccinated. Of course, we're going to continue to keep an eye on this meeting as everything unfolds tonight. You can find more details about that proposal at 10news.com. We also have a link to the live stream of the meeting on our website, under the Resource Center section.
And we are learning new details about what prompted a sheriff's deputy to shoot a man this afternoon in Vista. Moments ago, the San Diego Sheriff's Department tweeted out this photo. They say the suspect was holding that pellet gun when he confronted officers. ABC 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is live in the neighborhood where all this happened today. Rachel, the Sheriff's Department says the suspect was conscious when taken away for treatment.
Hi, Kimberly. A Sheriff's Department spokeswoman says that the man was alert and talking as he was taken to the hospital, but there is no update on his condition right now. If you take a look behind me, you can see more investigators continue to arrive, and it looks like it's going to be a long night for the people who live in this neighborhood. Kiva Lane and Portia Avenue expected to be shut down now for several hours. And as you just mentioned, when the deputy opened fire, he thought the man was armed with a rifle and a knife. Turns out the man had a pellet gun and a knife. Now, this all started, though, around 12:30 when a man called 911 from the nearby 7-Eleven. That man said someone was threatening him with a knife and had slashed the tires of his van. When deputies got there, the guy was gone, but they spotted him about a half hour later nearby. Neighbors said the deputies chased the man into a backyard on Kiva Lane. That's when a deputy shot the man. Monique Ramirez has lived here for 30 years. She says she has always felt safe, but she says the neighborhood is changing.
I'm just getting concerned about the neighborhood, and also with like more apartments, I would say, more people. The more populated it's getting, the dangerous it seems to get.
Another live look at the neighborhood, people beginning to come home from work and finding out that they cannot park in front of their homes. They have to be escorted by deputies. Again, this neighborhood expected to be shut down for several hours, and no update on the condition of the man who was shot, but he was alert and talking as he was taken away. Reporting live in Vista, Rachel Bianco, ABC 10 News.
The odds of him reoffending are extremely high because he's reoffended every time he's been released. So, you know, a zebra is a zebra is a zebra. It doesn't change.
The father of Chelsea King, who was brutally raped and murdered at Lake Hodges nearly a decade ago, is fighting to stop a sexually violent predator from moving into that exact same area. Douglas Badger is scheduled to be released into a home in Rancho Bernardo in a neighborhood there. Neighbors have an aggressive grassroots effort to try and fight that. Our ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty explains why Chelsea's family is now joining the battle.
Chelsea King hasn't been forgotten.
A violent sexual predator should never be released.
Her father, Brent King, has spent nearly a decade protecting children from sexual predators like the one that killed his daughter.
And when you catch one, you don't let them go.
In 2010, 17-year-old Chelsea King was brutally raped and murdered by John Gardner, a sexually violent predator that just 7 months into his release, raped and killed 14-year-old Amber Dubois. 10 months later, he found Chelsea on a running trail at Lake Hodges.
2 detectives show up at our house and show me a book of 54 predators that they knew lived in our county. And they asked me, do you recognize any of them? And I thought to myself, God, I live in a nice community. How are there 54 of these people within 20 miles of my home?
King formed Chelsea's Law. It stops the release of violent child predators. Douglas Badger would have qualified.
If he would have been tried underneath Chelsea's Law, he would have never gotten out.
Badger is set to live in this Rancho Bernardo house upon release. He's admitted to raping over 500 boys and girls, diagnosed with a mental defect that makes his chances of reoffending highly probable, according to court assessments.
Badger's going to commit a crime again if he gets the opportunity. It's a given.
King says the laws are flawed, and it's up to neighbors who are holding these town halls to protect their families.
It's so important that we hold our politicians accountable for what we care about. At the end of the day, if you ask anybody, you know, what's the most important thing in your life? Almost to a person, they're going to say my children.
Badger would live in this house with a golf course view, minutes away from 3 schools. Taxpayers shell out over $335,000 a year just to supervise him.
Over 1,500 kids around him. If you have a history of doing this, how do you not redo it?
King is writing a letter to the judge to oppose the placement, but says this is a fight for all of us.
Our biggest enemy is apathy. If you don't get involved now, to protect your children. When are you ever going to get involved?
Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
Still such a powerful voice. Chelsea'sLight.org is also supporting the Keep RB Safe movement by being a donation site, with 100% of the donations going to that effort. We put a link to that along with information on how you can oppose the placement.
It's been more than 5 years since SDPD officer J.D. de Guzman was gunned down while on duty. And now a jury is deciding the punishment for the man convicted of pulling the trigger. Closing arguments were made today in the penalty phase of the trial of Jesse Gomez. Deliberations are underway over whether Gomez will get the death penalty or life in prison. Prosecutors are pushing for the death sentence. It's worth noting California has the death penalty but hasn't executed anyone since 2006.
San Diego's mayor just arrived in Washington, D.C., where he will push to get the U.S.-Mexico border reopened. Non-essential travel across the border has been put on hold since March of last year. In the time since, the San Ysidro Chamber of Commerce says that border businesses have lost more than $1 billion in sales. Last week, the border restrictions were extended until at least late October. And we also understand that Gloria and other local leaders, they have called for the restrictions to be lifted. He will bring it up with the White House officials and senators during his D.C. visit. They're also discussing homelessness and cross-border pollution as well. Okay, we are also following some breaking news out of Chollas Creek, where there has been an officer-involved shooting. You can see these pictures right now. These are live pictures from our breaking news tracker. We're told this happened on Shiloh Road and Rex Avenue. Police say that this started as a traffic stop. At one point, it became a chase on foot. Someone opened fire, although it's unclear who opened fire. We have a crew, as you can see, there now. One more on the way. We'll bring you updates as soon as we get there and learn more.